Beyond the Gates spoilers. Welcome back to our channel, besties. Today is a beautiful, sunny Tuesday, but the tea we have to spill is so dark and twisted it is practically blocking out the sun. Grab your iced coffees, lock your doors, and strap in, because we are diving headfirst into some absolute television mayhem today. You guys, I am deceased. Stop what you are doing right this very second. I am literally shaking. Drop the laundry, pull over your car, put the dog down, because we need to talk about this now. I am physically unwell. My soul has actually left my body. I was mid-skincare, literally smearing a charcoal mask all over my rug when I saw what just had to eat on Beyond the Gates, and I had to yeet my phone across the room. I am hyperventilating. Send help. The level of unhinged chaos that is currently radiating from Fairmont Crest is astronomical, and I cannot even begin to process the sheer audacity of these people. We are not just watching a show anymore, besties. We are invested, we are traumatized, and we are spiraling together. Let's start with the absolute menace to society that is Haley Hamilton, because she is officially on my do not perceive list. I am so done with her. Bestie, be for real right now. This woman is straight up multitasking her villainy like she's trying to win a gold medal in psychological warfare. She is slowly poisoning her husband, Bill, pushing his health to the absolute brink, fighting with Danny in his hospital room, and somehow finding the time to cause massive trouble for Naomi Hawthorne at the law firm. I am clutching my pearls. How does she have the hours in the day? I can barely remember to text my mom back, and Haley is out here orchestrating a multi-tiered empire of destruction. Her ability to juggle all these toxic plots is genuinely terrifying. It's giving major evil CEO energy, and I am both appalled and slightly impressed by the time management. Wait, no, I hate her. I hate her so much. But you have to admit, the stakes are astronomical right now. And don't even get me started on the vibes at the law firm. Naomi is genuinely fighting for her life to keep Bill's company afloat while he's incapacitated. And what does she get? Absolute grief from Haley and Tomas Navarro. Tomas is straight up a snake in the grass, basically trying to stage a coup while Bill is fighting for his life. The tension between Tomas and Naomi is escalating to the point where I'm expecting someone to throw a stapler. Tomas has this massive chip on his shoulder, acting like he's the rightful heir to the legal throne just because he's a junior partner. The entitlement is honestly so unhinged. Wait, backtrack for a second. I missed a step. Did I even mention the hospital scene with Tomas? Because I was screaming at my screen. Tomas literally slithers his way into Bill's hospital room where Bill is marinating in Haley's slow-acting poison, might I add, and brings him a case file. A case file. The man is hooked up to machines. His blood pressure is probably higher than my student loan debt, and Tomas is out here brown-nosing with paperwork. And the worst part? Bill is actually grateful. Bill is sitting there, weak and vulnerable, looking at Tomas like he's employee of the month. I literally cannot even. Tomas is just trying to score points and undermine Naomi, and Bill is totally blind to the manipulation. It's a complete cinematic masterpiece of manipulation, and I am eating it up while simultaneously wanting to scream into a pillow. Oh, hold on. I should have mentioned this earlier, but the timing of this hospital visit is impeccable. Right as Tomas is doing his little teacher's pet routine, who walks into the room? Vernon Dupree. Yes, besties. The patriarch himself. The energy shifted immediately. You could cut the tension with a scalpel. Vernon just struts in with that commanding, protective dad aura, and Tomas basically scurries out of there like a cockroach when the lights turn on. Good riddance. Once Tomas leaves, we get the confrontation of the century. Vernon checks to make sure Bill is okay, playing the polite father-in-law-esque figure for about 2 seconds before he drops the hammer. Vernon straight up confronts Bill about his feelings for Danny. Yes, finally, someone is holding this man accountable. Vernon looks Bill dead in the eye and demands to know what his intentions are with his ex-wife. Because, let's be real, Danny has been running around calling Bill her husband in front of the whole family, completely forgetting she is married to Andre. The Freudian slip heard round the world. Vernon is not playing games. He wants to know if Bill is trying to drag Danny back into his messy, toxic orbit. And what does Bill do? This man, this absolute clown of a man, insists that he only cares about Haley. I am laughing. I am literally cackling. Bill, bestie, you hooked up with Danny in an elevator during a tornado? You are trauma bonded to her. You cannot look Vernon Dupree in the face and say you only care about your poison-wielding wife. Vernon, being the absolute king of intuition, is totally not buying it. You can see the side-eye radiating off Vernon. He knows Bill is lying, either to Vernon or to himself. Bill is just desperate for peace, but he is digging his own grave by protecting Haley and pushing Danny away, or at least pretending to. I'm calling it. The villain arc is about to go nuclear, and Bill is going to realize way too late that Haley is his actual Grim Reaper. Wait, I'm glitching. Okay, back to the main event. After this incredibly tense showdown, Vernon goes back to Anita. The exhaustion on these parents' faces, you guys. They are so tired. They are dealing with adult children who are making the most reckless, chaotic decisions imaginable. Vernon debriefs Anita on the whole hospital conversation, and they both just kind of sigh. They agree that they've talked to Danny, they've interrogated her, and now Vernon has talked to Bill. They've done all they can do. It's giving, we are washing our hands of this dumpster fire. They can't physically chain Danny to her house to keep her away from Bill, so they just have to sit back and watch the train wreck happen, manifesting a total dumpster fire by the next update, because Danny is absolutely going to ruin her marriage to Andre over this. But wait, the hospital drama isn't even the only thing that had me physically vibrating from the sheer audacity. We have to talk about Chelsea and Kat. So, Chelsea is already a complete nervous wreck. Her anxiety is skyrocketing, and honestly, I feel for her. She is severely haunted by the memories of her kidnapping by Allison Bailey. The anniversary is approaching, the launch of her brand is happening, and she is just a ball of trauma. Plus, Heather Armstrong is lurking around Fairmont Crest like a sleep paralysis demon, causing trouble and just adding to the overall creepy, unsettling vibes of the town. Randy is tracking Heather, Joey is paranoid, and Chelsea is just caught in this atmospheric dread. So, to distract themselves, Chelsea and Kat go over to Anita's house to show off the new handbag for the Chelsea Kat launch. And guys, the bag is gorgeous, but the drama behind it is so messy. They originally wanted to name the bag after Nicole. A sweet tribute, right? A nice little mother-daughter bonding moment. But some random competitors swooped in and launched a bag named Nicole first. The absolute theft. The corporate espionage. I am genuinely offended for them. So, Kat and Chelsea are brainstorming, and they proudly announce to Anita that they are going to pivot and name the bag the Nikki. Stop. Stop right there. When they said the Nikki, my jaw unhinged. I literally gasped so loud, my neighbors probably thought I was being attacked. Did I say that yet? Ugh. My brain is mush. Moving on, but you have to understand the lore here. Anita's reaction was everything. She immediately shuts it down. She warns them, very sternly, that they cannot use that nickname. Why? Because Nikki is the mocking, derogatory nickname that Leslie Thomas used to call Nicole for years. Leslie, who is currently being dragged by her own daughter Eva for being in love with Ted Richardson, has this horrible, toxic history with Nicole. Nikki brings up so much bad blood, so much negativity, and so much trauma for Nicole. Kat, being completely oblivious to the deep-seated generational trauma of her own family, just thought it sounded cute and trendy. Bestie? No. You cannot name a luxury handbag after your mother's biggest trigger. Anita tells Kat that she absolutely must talk to Nicole before finalizing that name. And you guys, this is where I am predicting absolute cinematic mayhem. The mother-daughter relationship between Nicole and Kat is already on thin ice. They are about to have a massive, earth-shattering clash over this. Kat is stubborn, she likes to push boundaries, and she's already getting herself onto Haley's dangerous radar by investigating Lynette Wise. Now she's going to accidentally trigger her mother with this bag name. It is going to be a bloodbath. I can already see the confrontation. Nicole is exclusively dating Dr. Kiel Rollins. She's dealing with the fallout of Danny's insane Freudian slip, and now her daughter is going to slap Leslie's hateful nickname on a purse? Nicole is going to snap. The mother-daughter dynamic is about to be tested in ways we haven't seen in seasons. I am literally hyperventilating just thinking about the argument. Kat is going to feel attacked, Nicole is going to feel disrespected, and Chelsea is just going to be standing there having a panic attack about Allison Bailey. It's a mess. It is a beautiful, unfiltered, emotional train wreck, and I'm entirely here for it. And let's veer off into a completely random tangent for a second. Can we talk about the aesthetic of this bag? Like, I know we are in the middle of a family crisis, but if the Nikki has gold hardware, I might actually have to buy it despite the toxic history. I am a sucker for a good crossbody. But honestly, the vibes of this whole launch are cursed. Cursed. Between Chelsea's unresolved kidnapping trauma bubbling to the surface, Kat digging into missing persons cases, and the bag being named after a bully's taunt, Chelsea Kat is launching under a dark, ominous cloud. Let me just collect myself for a second. My brain is visibly buffering from the sheer audacity of this plot. Basically, to summarize the absolute madness, Haley is a multitasking demon queen poisoning her husband and ruining Naomi's life. Thomas is a snake handing out case files in the ICU. Vernon is the only man with any sense, trying to interrogate a lying Bill. Anita and Vernon are exhausted parents watching their daughter Danny throw her life away. Chelsea is spiraling into a trauma response while Heather Armstrong causes chaos in the background. And Kat and Nicole are about to have World War III over a handbag named after Leslie's toxic nickname. I cannot handle this. They are all officially on my do not perceive list, yet I cannot look away. This situation is now my entire personality, and I am not okay. Manifesting that someone, anyone, gets a therapist in Fairmont Crest by the next update. Until then, stay hydrated, besties, because we are going to be crying over this all week. See you in the comments.